Welcome to my Valheim Pack Mule series. I created a mod which basically requires me to be a pack mule because I'm not allowed to store any items. Anything I want to keep has to stay in my inventory at all times. I was excited to show my wife my first mod, but since she's never played Valheim, I decided to take her along for an entire playthrough. Join us as I play through all of Valheim with only the gear on my back.
All right. So in the last episode, we got raided for the first time.
And that was the only exciting thing that happened.
Such an exciting thing, though. And then we got the base in the swamp set up for the forge. No forge going yet.
Which hopefully will be happening this episode.
Yeah. Okay, so which is this area that I'm back into now. Fantastic. So this is the Black Forest over by that swamp. So I think for the forge and the 2 upgrades, it's like 2 bronze, 6 copper for the forge, and then another 10 copper. And so that ends up being in total like 20 copper and 2 tin that I need to mine and bring over there, which I can do in a single trip. It's fantastic. So that's all I'm...
So you're getting copper and tin.
Yeah. 20 copper.
Wow.
2 tin. Only good to do. I also have in my inventory there 4 chains and some deer hide, which you can see at different points. I don't know. Do I have the deer hide in there? I have 4 chains. Which is used to make one of the upgrades as well. And then iron is going to make some of the upgrades. And I have a bunch of iron smelted. So when I go in there and make it, I should be able to craft the forge and craft a bunch of the upgrades that I need.
Okay.
So we're good to go at that point. There's a couple tin I need. Fantastic.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Yeah, and those are all the upgrades. All those little things with a star after the forge. Like 5 different upgrades that I can make for it. And at that point, I should be able to craft and upgrade anything I want, however much I need to. So, we'll be good to go.
Why does your face randomly glow?
My face?
Yeah.
Where?
Well, it's not doing it right now.
You're talking about my mask on here?
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Look, there's a 2-star jogger. That's fun. I don't think I can block his hits. Oh, yes, I can. Fantastic. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna have to relook at that, I guess. Anyways, so I'm running back over to the swamp, which this is the weird little part that I have to go through the water a lot and try to make sure I don't die.
Because then you'd lose all your metal.
Yeah, and I'd have to go get all that back again and then try to make the trip again. So not ideal.
Slow and steady.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which the main thing, like there's, I do at this point, like, okay, I have a bow, I have, so I'm clearing stuff out as I go, and obviously we're good now, we're in the mainland area, and I'm just running all the way back over here. So, now I just have to smelt all this up, and I have the forge in my upgrades, and I can start getting some good iron stuff going. Because, like, right now I have the spear and the shield, and that's it. There's several other things that will be helpful to make.
Once you have iron. When are you going to fight this boss?
Not for a while. So I feel like normally in a run like this, I would make an iron mace and go kill him fairly early.
Okay.
But
why do it now when you could wait until later?
Yeah. Because the only reason... Here's the thing. Killing bone mass just gets you...
Oh, that's the boss's name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Killing bone mass gets you a wishbone, which...
lets you break it with a colleague.
And then you get one wish. Get one wish.
I wish for 1,000 wishes.
You get The wishbone basically works like a metal detector.
Okay.
You get closer to metal and it beeps, right?
Oh my gosh.
Well, see, it's effectively what it does, but it'll in the mountains there's silver, which is like the next tier of metal,
Right.
and so the wishbone just kind of
That's a very attractive
it's
noise.
very accurate.
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
And then it does it quicker the closer you are to it. So that's the only reason you don't actually even need it to get the silver.
It just helps you find the silver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas that's one of those things. It's like a soft block where like you can still get silver without the wishbone. The swamp key is a much bigger block. I feel like where it's like if you don't kill Elder,
you can't do anything.
Yeah, like you can technically glitch into these areas, but like it's you can get silver without glitching. It's just more difficult. Anyways, with the silver, I can make Frostner.
What?
Frostner. It's like Mjolnir, but ice instead of lightning.
Obviously.
Right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We have the Viking
lore.
background. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but Frostner is pretty fantastic for the entire game, including the swamp. The mountains not so much, I guess, because the mountains is ice and it does like a bunch of frost damage. So it's not great in the mountains, but everywhere after that and in the swamp, it's fantastic. So instead of taking the time to craft an iron mace, I am just gonna try to wait until I can get Frostner, and then that's gonna destroy bone mass very quickly, and then I don't have to.
So you're going to go try to find silver without the little thing.
Yeah, which it's a little bit a little bit hacky. It's I don't know. That's one of the uses of the big hammer I got there, the stack breaker, is when you use it in the mountain to pound on the ground, and if you're hitting the silver, it'll say that something will pop up that says it's too hard, and so the stack breaker is not going to damage it. And it says something like that, and you can use that to find silver.
Well, that seems like that's their problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then also, I mean, I'm getting into spoilers, but yeah, you can find silver easy enough without.
So you're upgrading things that. Then why are you upgrading anything? Why not just go immediately to the mountains, get your silver, and then come back and then do your thing?
Because silver sucks. Silver, there's not a lot you can actually make with silver. So iron, you can make a pickaxe, you can make a hatchet, you can make a spear, you can make a shield, you can make a really nice bow. Silver, you can make I guess you can make a bow and you can make a shield. But there's a spear too. Okay. Anyways, there's a spear too. There's not a lot of weapons though that you can make with silver. And then like you can make armor, but I don't know. I'm not making a lot of armor upgrades anyways. Okay. Well, let's see. I should probably comment on what's happening here. I got enough copper and the tin going, so I made the forge itself. I made one of the upgrades. I think that took 2 bronze. And then I'm getting the last of the copper. This is one of the awkward things. I don't have these divided up well, so I have a bunch of copper sitting in with the iron. So I'm trying to like look in and pick out the copper. It's very difficult. Most of my copper is over on this side. I think I have like 1 left over here. So that's fun. Whereas like if it was just in storage, much easier to deal with. Anyways,
this is the riveting content viewers have come to see.
Oh jeez. Anyways, I'm gonna find it. There it is. Boom. We're good to go. There's all the other copper. 10 copper to all the upgrades.
Oh my.
We're doing great. I got 25 fine wood. Anyways. I feel like some of the stuff I end up skipping if it's easy enough to right? Because it's like the spear I really want because I use a lot, so I upgraded the spear from the flint spear.
Mm.
But as opposed to like, because I could wait, I guess, and do like the fang spear, but the spear I have here, the iron spear, is fantastic. Carries me through a lot of stuff, and then then I can just go get Frostner and do a lot of stuff with Frostner.
So does that mean that you'll kill this boss and then basically instantly be wanting to kill the mountain boss?
I could pretty quickly, yeah, because I think at that point I want like an upgraded spear for the boss and maybe like an upgraded head armor piece. But other than that, there's not a lot before after I beat Bone Mask before I can do the next boss.
Okay.
But,
yeah, because it just feels like if you hate the silver, then what's the point of the mountains?
not a lot. Not there. I don't think my plan is not to do a whole lot with silver. I think it's going to be getting a shield and getting like a head armor piece because it's a little bit better than iron and it's not too difficult to make. And I think that's basically the only things I'm making with silver besides Frostner. And then we'll be making a lot more stuff when we get to the plains and Mistlands because there's a lot more helpful stuff there.
Interesting.
Okay, so with iron, you can make iron nails and are making armor stands, which is kind of like the item stands.
Mm-hmm.
The armor stands I did less too because they're basically you can only put armor on there anyways. So at this point, I have armor stands and I have item stands. So between the random things that I'm making, armor stands are nice because sometimes you want different armor sets because they do different things. And so now I want to put away my root harness because I'm in the mountains or in the swamp still, and the root harness doesn't really do anything for me there. So I'm going to pop it down so I'm saving inventory. And then same thing with like my root helmet, whatever the heck it's called, that I have right now is really only going to be helpful in the swamp. But maybe I want to be able to grab it in the future and not just hold up an inventory space the entire time. That will be nice.
Why did you make the choice to allow armor stands and item stands?
Because so my thought process is you basically have to work within the confines of your inventory until you can build something. So if you can build it, you can keep it. And so that means if you build, you go and you build a portal, that's fine, that stays there, right? You build the workbench,
the
you build
game
the
just leaves it there.
Yeah. Right, and then it's the same thing with your items. Like you put in all the time and effort to gather these items and craft that item, so now you can keep that item. That's kind of the way it works in the game mode in RuneScape as well. That is based on that. You work out of your inventory, but there's a lot of ways to store items that aren't just like raw materials.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, because then and that's kind of why the death, like you don't just lose items on death too, because it's kind of like you craft it, now you have it, and you can use it because the challenging part is trying to work within within the confines of this. Everything has to be right here, and I want to store a bunch of stuff for later because I'm looking at making stuff later, but I want to make Frostner, and I gotta grab 30 silver for that, so I can't just like carry around everything. And you have to be a little bit smart with planning for how you're going to get all these items.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's more of the challenge part.
Yeah, you might have explained that previously, but it did not resonate until now.
Yeah.
You know what they say, you have to be ready to receive information.
I got an iron pick, so that's helpful. That's a thing that I crafted as an upgrade literally just because you needed to find silver, and I am going to want some silver, so I have an iron pick. And then so now I have the iron pick. I have the spear to level 3, I think, and the shield is still at level 2, but I'm finishing upgrading these, so now I'm getting shield at level 3 as well, which is nice. And then I think there's just a couple other things that I'm going to craft with iron before I'm ready to go try to get the Frostner. But
Nice. So maybe by next episode we'll get some nice winter actions. Who knows?
I'm not sure.
Are you actually not sure, or are you just not spoiling it?
I mean, it happens pretty soon. I'm just not sure how soon.
If it is actually the next one.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that whooshy whoosh ghost thing?
I'm not sure.
Great. Really helpful information.
Yeah.